From Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, Lincoln is trying to increase its diversity of our first responders. We'll have more on their recruitment efforts.
Plus, it's homecoming week at UNL. Hear Coach Frost's thoughts on the festivities. But first,
when we realized they were stolen, you just feel accosted.
There's a certain type of theft that has skyrocketed this year. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We're talking about catalytic converters.
Yeah, that works with your exhaust system on your car or truck, and for thieves, it can mean big money. The increase in thefts may surprise you. Channel 8's Yosef Nasser joins us now with the details. Yosef?
Good evening, Rod and Megan. Get this, the number of catalytic converter thefts in Lincoln so far this year as compared to last year is up a whopping 250%.
They're going after the catalytic converters because they're getting anywhere from $300 to $800 per cat when they steal them.
Pat Leach of Leach Camper Sales fell victim to catalytic converter thefts back in 2020. In one weekend alone, they had about 10 of them stolen. So why do thieves want them? Well, it's because of the precious metals inside of them. And business owners say they recognize as long as there's a market for it, cats will be stolen.
Places you go sell these at, the scrap yards, they don't care where you got them.
As long as there's somebody buying them, they're going to steal them.
Speaking of those precious metals and cats, the most popular rhodium, which goes for more than $12,000 an ounce. Coming up at 6, I'll have much more on this, including what you can try to do to keep thieves away from your car, and if you have one stolen, how to deter them from doing it again.
All right, Yosef Nasser, thank you so much. Look forward to your report at 6 o'clock.
Time now for a check of our weather. John, very cloudy today, not a lot of sunshine. Are any of those clouds bringing us rain?
Not really so far. We've had a few sprinkles here or there, and I think that's probably going to be the case as we go through the rest of the evening. Most of us remaining dry, but there will be a chance for a few scattered showers, or not showers, but sprinkles around the area. Temperature-wise, we've been on the cool side. We've struggled to reach 70 degrees today, and we finally did make it there in Lincoln. But you can see how we are swamped in with all the clouds overhead right now. We'll widen the view and we'll first show you the radar and show you how there's not much going on over southeast Nebraska. But again, we'll widen the view out and show you where the cold front is located. It is just on the other side of the Nebraska-Iowa state line. It is slowly moving off to the east and will continue to pull eastward as we go through the next 24 hours, but we're going to remain very cloudy in the meantime. For the rest of this evening, mostly cloudy skies by 6 o'clock, 70 degrees. Will remain cloudy at 8, 68, down to 66 degrees by 10 o'clock tonight. It'll be a comfortable evening if you're heading out for football games tonight. It's going to feel more football-like out there with those slightly cooler temperatures. But the question remains about the weekend. We've got some ups and downs. One part of the weekend, more clouds. The other part, you're probably going to need some sunglasses. We'll take a closer look at that coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, John. Well, it's a fun time on the UNL campus. It's homecoming week.
That's right. Fun and festivities leading up to tomorrow's game with Northwestern. But for Coach Frost, let's just say he's staying focused.
Now, to be honest, when we're getting ready for games, I don't even know if I knew it was homecoming. But it's a big deal for a lot of people on campus, a lot of people that used to go here. Homecoming's a special time, so players are kind of dialed in, but I'm excited for the fan base and the student population.
The last time these two teams met was in 2019. It was also homecoming. The Huskers won the game on a last-second field goal from Lane McCallum. We're going to have all the action from Memorial Stadium for you tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. And
before tomorrow's game, there are plenty of homecoming traditions to enjoy. The festivities kick off at 6 o'clock tonight with the homecoming parade, followed by the Cornstalk Festival. Nebraska basketball also has opening night tonight, and the volleyball team plays tonight and Sunday. The soccer team has a home match as well on Sunday.
Busy, busy, busy. And Nebraska Athletics is launching what they call 255. It's a clothing line inspired by former coach Tom Osborne and his 255 wins. Teammates mentoring is going to get 50% from every item sold. The collection launches this weekend. Lincoln Police and Lincoln Fire, they are working to recruit more females and minorities.
Channel 8's Ariana Martinez joins us live in the studio to explain why this can help put the community at ease. Ariana?
Both LFR and LPD representatives explained how having diversity across their departments will allow them to better represent the communities they serve and help people feel more comfortable during an emergency situation, as someone they can relate to is there to help.
Recently had a couple of gals that were on an imminent birth call, And one of the females walked in, paramedic, and you could just see this. She talks about how you could just see this mom just go, oh gosh. And then a second female walked in, and she was like, oh my gosh, like how did this happen?
Both the Lincoln Police Department and Lincoln Fire Rescue are ahead of the national average when it comes to women on the job.
Women or girls can't do this job. Absolutely they can. And we've got 12% that prove it.
Sergeants, captains, assistant chief, and now our chief, we are also sitting at 17.5%. Keep in mind the national average for women in ranked positions in law enforcement is 3%.
Both departments are working on making the transition for women employees wanting a family easier. LPD offers light duty for their pregnant officers.
Can I have a family? Yes, you absolutely can. And the next follow-up question that I think most would have, though, what happens when I return to duty and I'm a nursing mother? Are there opportunities for me to be able to continue? And that answer is absolutely yes.
Vacation time and sick leave and then FMLA that applies to a firefighter just like it would any other job.
Many women go into the medical field, and medical jobs are not just in hospitals or clinics.
If you're looking for the medical field and you want a cool job to apply those medical skills, Lincoln Fire and Rescue is your answer.
If you worry about being passed up for promotions, Officer Nate Grimm is a recruiter for the department. He explained they hire based on skill, not on gender, age, or ethnicity.
My voice has always been heard. I've always been respected for the work that I've done. And all of those men that I have worked with have been encouraging and saw me as a peer. I would just tell you that at no point have I felt that there wasn't a place for me here.
Now, if you're worried about not knowing how to be a first responder, both departments train you on the skills necessary for the job. So feel free to reach out to them with any specific questions you may have.
Ariana Martinez with our story tonight on that. Thank you very much, Ariana. And speaking of law enforcement, the Nebraska State Patrol is honoring and supporting those with breast cancer.
By participating in the Pink Patch Project through the month of October, law enforcement around the country will be wearing this pink version of the shoulder patch as part of the project. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and this is the 4th year that the Nebraska State Patrol will be doing this.
Still to come on the news tonight, we will have the details of some results on studies of a pill that may be helping you fight COVID hospitalizations and death instead of a shot. Those details after the break. Pharmaceutical giant Merck says the initial results from an antiviral pill shows it reduces the risk of hospitalization and death from COVID.
Mandy Gaither has the latest.
A potential game changer. If authorized, molnupiravir could be the first oral antiviral pill to treat COVID-19.
This is a potential additional tool in our toolbox to protect people from the worst outcomes of COVID.
In experimental trials, pharmaceutical giant Merck tested the pill on at-risk non-hospitalized adult patients with mild to moderate COVID-19. Of the 385 participants given the pill, 28 were hospitalized and none died, compared to 45 hospitalized and 8 deaths among those who received a placebo. The company says the interim analysis of that trial showed it reduced the risk of hospitalization or death from COVID-19 by half. Merck plans to apply to the FDA for emergency use authorization as soon as possible.
The FDA will look at the data and in their usual very efficient and effective way will examine the data as quickly as they possibly can.
Health experts stress the pill is not a vaccine and would not be a replacement for it.
Preventing infections is a much better thing to do than treating them after people have been sick.
Oral antivirals are already essential treatments for viral infections. One of the best known is Tamiflu, prescribed to help shorten the duration of influenza and reduce risk of hospitalization if given quickly. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And Merck expects to produce 10 million doses by the end of this year.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
A cloudy day outside. We've seen a few breaks in the clouds at times over extreme southeast Nebraska. Some of these clouds at times look like they could produce some rain at any given moment, but so far things have remained dry as we've gone through the day. I'm not going to rule out the chance for a few sprinkles as we go through the rest of the evening. Here's a live look right now from Honda of Lincoln, and you can see all the clouds that are stuck over the top of the area. It has held temperatures down today. We've only made it to 71 degrees in Lincoln. It's the coolest start to October in 2 years. Last year we started down into the mid 60s, or start of the month that is. At 68 degrees right now down towards Yankee Hill Drive. We've got 70 degrees over towards Southeast Community College right now, and 68 degrees along Denton Road on the southwest side of town. Back out to the west, temperatures have remained in the 60s throughout the day. It's only 65 degrees in Kearney and Hastings. It's 66 right now coming in from York and 67 degrees coming in from Friend. You can see the clouds that are stuck in overhead. You can also see the breaks in clouds that we had earlier this afternoon, especially for portions of Gage County and off to the east. They've seen the most sunshine out that direction. We're going to remain with the clouds in place for a while. Now, I want to show you a couple things on radar. If you've got a radar app, you may be noticing these as well. And what you're actually seeing, and take this back over the last half hour, this is actually what the radar would consider biologic, likely in the form of some birds taking off from some of the lakes around on the west side of Lincoln and all spreading off to the west. And the same story up on the south side of Omaha out towards Plattsmouth. We've been seeing these popping up all day long, and they're likely flocks of some type of bird that's out flying this evening. Now, as we head towards the evening hours, we'll keep skies on the cloudy skies, or cloudy side, that is. Again, with the chance for a light sprinkle or a light shower, not out of the question, but I think for most of us will remain dry as we go through 10 o'clock. So for this evening's game of the week, Beatrice versus Waverly, we'll see temperatures sitting right around 70 degrees at 7 o'clock, 69 by 8, and 66 degrees by 9 o'clock with partly to mostly cloudy skies. For the overnight hours, temperatures will be dropping a little bit cooler than what we got down to this morning. We only fell to 62 in Lincoln this morning. I think by tomorrow we're talking lows in the middle to upper 50s to near 60 once you head down towards Beatrice, Fairbury, and Hebron. Winds out of the northwest tomorrow, 3 to 5 miles per hour. Now, speaking of tomorrow, we're going to see a lot of clouds once again. Most of the computer models are suggesting we're going to have a thin layer of clouds about 5,000 feet above the ground. Once you get above that, if you get in an airplane and go up there, you'd see lots of sunshine. So we'll be swamped in with the clouds through much of the morning and through the afternoon. Temperatures will be held down because of that, and you'll notice some specks of green showing up. A widely scattered shower can't be ruled out, especially late afternoon and into the early evening hours. Temperature-wise, we're talking highs in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Again, most of us will remain dry tomorrow, but again, there will be a chance for that, so don't be surprised. And I do think perhaps for the first quarter, maybe the start of the second quarter, there could be a light shower for the Huskers game. Not enough to cause any issues, but just know there could be some raindrops falling from the sky. 69 degrees at 6 o'clock, 65 at 8, 62 degrees as you're heading home from the game. Skies begin begin to the clouds begin to decrease. We'll see our skies clearing out by Sunday morning. In fact, speaking of Sunday, lots of sunshine around here. Temperatures will be just a little bit warmer. A couple of our models are starting to suggest a little wave beginning to wrap around the backside of some upper level low pressure that may bring some clouds around Sunday evening, but little consequence out of that. 7-day forecast shows 75 really looks nice on Sunday afternoon. A little cooler on Monday morning, down to 48 degrees. Mid 70s by Monday, lower 70s by Tuesday. Then Monday, the models are starting to bring another weather system our way, and we get on the warm side of it as we head towards next weekend. We can see temperatures jumping up in the mid 80s, and it also turns very windy, I think, next weekend. We'll have to keep an eye on that, but right now that system as it passes looks to remain dry. Again, that's going into next weekend.
Looks like overall a beautiful fall weekend. I know a lot of folks going to pumpkin patches or things like that now that it's officially October and spooky season.
And tomorrow with all the clouds and some slightly cooler temperatures, it'll probably feel a little more like that.
All right, thank you very much, John. In other national news now, we've been following along with the Gabby Petito story for weeks.
But there are women who are assaulted or missing, and their stories don't receive the same type of attention. Let's take a closer look at why that is.
What happened to Gabby Petito?
Regular updates,
human remains were discovered,
press conferences, even invited along searches. The story of Gabby Petito has dominated the headlines for weeks. But what about women like 29-year-old Ashley Aldridge from Macy, Nebraska? She first went missing January of 2020, and her family is still waiting for justice. Native American April Satchel spoke out about her at a congressional hearing in June of 2020.
Right now, our lives don't matter. A non-native man can rape us, murder us, and as long as we don't know who that person is, the law right now does not protect us.
The Big Elk Native American Center has been established to make sure the voices of Native women be heard. As the president says, silence is no longer an option.
To show up and hear our voices, hear our problems, our issues. All you good people out there, you know, be an ally to our problems and issues, because we've been so in the shadows for a long time, and once you're in the shadow, you're not even thought about.
Ashley Aldridge's body was found muddy and naked in a cornfield on the Omaha Indian Reservation. No arrests, no press releases to the media, and when KMTV reached out to the FBI for an interview about the case, we were denied. When asked why, the FBI Omaha office wrote to us saying, "We are declining an interview." I can tell you the FBI investigates cases in tandem with the Omaha Tribal Office. The FBI has spoken directly to Ashley Aldridge's family with respect to the outcome of our investigation. And when I called the head of the Omaha Nation Law Enforcement Agency, I was told they don't speak to the media.
The drive for news comes from the people, and we're not demanding and we're not responding enough to the missing and murdered Indigenous women. So I hate to blame the media, but I think with the right direction that the media can, you know, we saw it with Gabby's case, can absolutely be groundbreaking.
Red handprints have come to symbolize missing, murdered, and Indigenous women. Native women are raped and murdered at a rate 10 times higher than that of other women, according to the National Institute of Justice.
So are you telling me that my granddaughter, should she fall victim, if we don't know who the perpetrator is, they will not go after the person who took her life or my life? It's not right. What's going to make these people stop if there's nobody going after these people? Please help my people.
Not only are Indigenous tribes fighting for their cultural survival, but the memory of and justice for those brutally taken away and seemingly forgotten.
We should let you know the Bureau of Indian Affairs recently formed the Murdered and Missing Unit.
It was announced by U.S. Secretary of Interior Deb Haaland, the first Native American to serve in that position. To join the fight for equality for Indigenous women, visit the links we mentioned tab on our website, klkntv.com.
Well, it was a positive end to the work week on Wall Street. The Dow jumping 483 points. NASDAQ was up 118. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Finally tonight, it's Friday.
Very true. How about we end with some good and interesting stories? A new fireworks show at Magic Kingdom Park kicked off 18 months of celebrating the 50-year anniversary of Walt Disney World Resort. The first guest showed up October 1st, 1971. There are now new rides like Remy's Ratatouille Adventure and a new light show called Harmonious. These aren't just any breed of goats grazing hills outside Dublin. They are old Irish goats. There used to be 250,000 of them in Ireland until they were nearly extinct. Hopes are high that this small herd of 25 will multiply and that their constant snacking keeps the grass short, providing less fodder for wildfires and potentially keeping flames away from the Irish capital. Another successful space mission for the SpaceX Dragon capsule. It undocked from the International Space Station Thursday. The unmanned spacecraft returned with samples from scientific experiments splashing down in the Atlantic Ocean late Thursday night. This man is walking 1,200 miles to raise money and make people aware of a rare disease afflicting his daughter. Chris Brannigan is barefoot, and he still has 500 miles to go before he reaches his destination of Jacksonville, North Carolina. His 9-year-old daughter has a rare genetic condition called Cornelia de Lange syndrome that affects her growth and causes seizures. So far, the dad has raised $1.2 million towards his $3.5 million goal. He says unless parents like him go out and do these crazy things, there's no money for rare disease treatments. There's proof that a parent will do anything for their child. And yeah, he's barefoot, and I'll tell you what, walking all those miles and to raise over $1 million so far, boy, salute him.
John, can we have a final check of our weather?
Yeah, cloudy skies will remain as we go through the rest of the evening hours. There could be a spotty shower or two out there, or probably more likely a sprinkle as we go through the rest of the evening. 70 degrees by 6 o'clock, 68 degrees by 8, 66 degrees by 10 o'clock. We'll keep mainly cloudy skies as we go through the overnight hours. Temperatures will drop down into the 50s. By the way, I mentioned during my main weathercast showing some of the biologic or likely birds showing up on radar. I was just looking at some data, and I just put out a tweet showing a map suggesting we could actually see higher to or medium to high levels of migration intensity this evening over eastern Nebraska. So don't be surprised to see some birds flying around over the next couple hours. That forecast from what I was looking at is for about the 3-hour period after sunset, so when birds would be migrating. So be on the lookout for that this evening.
Blackbirds in my yard this morning. Our bird dog was about losing her mind.
Oh, really?
She was so excited.
That's going to make the blooper tape. I just know it. You're doing that.
Absolutely. Thanks, John. Thank you all for joining us.
Have a great Friday night. We'll be back at 6.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
Stop by Comfort Made Mattress Factory today and save up to $500 with our bigger bed, smaller price sales event. Locally owned.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness News is brought to you by Christensen Hearing Analytics.